In my entire life, I've never had peace of mind.
Howdy.
Daiquiri ice, pistachio almond. I've been talking to a lot of young people around New Orleans. And it seems like the consensus is people want to get out, bro. People do not want to stay in the city. People think it's going to be underwater. They know the infrastructure is weak. It's not an entrepreneurial culture. Motherfuckers be bullshit, man. They bullshit, man. Shit, here come the termites. You can't make people win. You cannot make a motherfucker successful, man. This podcasting thing has been interesting. You can have ideas for so long, for so many years, and never share them with people. What you realize is so many people think the similar thing about similar issues. In life, a lot of our problem is we feel alone. Not physically. We could be around people, but it's not really connected to anything, you know? So meet so many young people who feel like, man, this place is kind of just like a trap, man. Like, it got me out here talking to my camera. Like, it's enlightening, chat. It's very enlightening, you know? Because nobody wants to be alone. Also, nobody wants to be a slave. A lot of people our fear of loneliness drives them to do anything. They trade anything, they give up anything, sell anything. It's peace of mind. I talked to a girl yesterday for 2 hours. Hopefully she comes on the pod soon. And what it boiled down to for her, as a 33-year-old artist from Connecticut, was, man, like, in my entire life, I've never had peace of mind. And that was so enlightening to me, man. Silver, billions of dollars, stock in the finest companies. None of it is worth peace of mind. And ultimately, people would trade all of that shit. What she was saying. People would trade all of that shit, man. People would trade all of it. To just stop the voices in their head for 1 minute. The battle is up here. The struggle is up here. The war is up here. All external conflict is a manifestation of internal conflict. I hate him. No, I don't hate him. I'm just uncomfortable, and he's pissing me off. So today he's gonna get it. Fuck him and his creed. his bloodline, his group, his tribe, his way of life, his culture. And to hear it from the inside, when a person trusts you, that none of the things that they've ever wanted and got have brought them peace. To see that struggle cast all over somebody's face, man, it'll change you. It'll change you a lot, man. It's transformative, really it is. You know, part of chasing a goal in life, or like pursuing a goal, I won't say chasing. Whatever you chase runs away from you. Part of pursuing and accomplishing goals is like, maybe you get halfway there and you realize, actually, there's a better goal, or something new has emerged. Or you get it and you realize that's not what I wanted. Or you just run out of steam on some shit. Camera's in my lap. You feel like my daughter chat. I'm talking to my daughter. Hey girl, how you doing? What is there to do, man? When you talk to people like that, it makes you ask, what is there to do? Really? What do I mean by that? What is there to do? You meet a person who has had the experience that nothing outside of them can bring them peace. Really, you meet them, you see that. It makes you question everything. That's what I mean. What is any of it worth? You could pay $100,000 for that Bentley truck. It won't bring her peace. $3 million for that mansion. It won't bring her peace. I don't know, plastic surgery. That's something people buy. It won't bring her peace. It won't bring her peace, man. The degree of our suffering as people. The degree of a person's suffering is truly unmatched by anything else in this world. A human being's capacity to suffer is truly unmatched by anything in this world. After that moment, I just kind of felt like, man, this midnight gospel thing could be big. It could help people, man. The older you get, you realize people are so lonely, bro. And she talked about wanting to be rich and then hitting her 30s and being like, I always kind of run from everything. I run from my life. I run from my feelings. She was like, what if I got married? What if I didn't want a husband? And I guess she's been pursuing relationships. It doesn't seem to be working for her. I don't think people want to be led. But people look for leaders. A person who leads themselves. Rarest thing in the world. And just that example, just that is enough for some people to shake them out of their rut. She told me she doesn't talk to people. She doesn't go outside. But that conversation we had lifted her. I told her she was a light. She said, it's easy to get close to people, but it's hard to let them close to you. And I thought about that. It came out later that she had been a comedian in a past life. And I could tell because she was very... She had developed a way of talking about herself, but not necessarily to me, like to people that she was talking to. If that makes sense. Like she could talk about herself while not talking directly to you. It's almost like she would talk about herself in the third person and the first person. Like switch back and forth. But maybe maybe getting close to people is like, yeah, that direct address. Like, people ask you, why do you do this? Why do you do that? What do you think about this? Or you asking them that. Because all questions come from a genuine place, too. Like, to truly question something takes a great deal of sincerity. One must imagine that they don't understand what's happening or why a person does something for them to truly question it. Like if you feel like you know, there's no questioning there. Two sides of the same coin. Two sides of the same coin. Part of me left the exchange feeling like maybe only a mind can free us from the mind. Maybe only a free person can free a slave. I asked myself, what does it mean to converse with somebody? Maybe we imagine ourselves less lonely in that moment, but definitely something switches. And maybe the power of this whole internet thing where people can create representations of themselves in their life. They can reproduce their reality that they experience. Maybe the power in that is that it allows people to see, like, maybe I'm not crazy. You see somebody else's life, you're like, damn, I would do that. It's not weird to want to do that. Or look, this person's doing that. We can get so bottled up, so bottlenecked just up here. She kept asking, maybe this is not the way it goes. She'd say, like, he makes me think this, but, or like, I'm so in my head, it's like, it's either true or it's not. I asked her, I said, what do you want? I said, what do you want that you don't have? What is missing from your life? What is it you think you want that you don't have? And she just said friends. Just friends. Yeah. My girl got call ID when I call shit don't ring. Said I hope you follow me. Yeah, honestly. Yeah. Will you come for me whenever they come for me? Ooh, yeah. Play your song for me. Cause niggas like harmony. Maybe I have a gift, chat. What the hell they doing? Silence doesn't bother me. Being alone doesn't bother me, chat. I seek it out. Questions don't bother me. What is true is the only thing. What is true? What is the question? What do people want? And why? Even if it is illusory, why do they want that? To just project your thoughts. More powerful than we will ever know. More powerful than we will ever know. Thoughts change things. Change people. I was changed today. She said one other thing. It's easy to confuse selfishness and selflessness. Meaning people will do things for themselves and disguise it as being for someone else. She had done a lot of thinking. The one place where I feel like she was getting hung up is what they teach us all about ourselves. That your family does all this shit and it fucks you up. Seemed like her mom was big in her mind. And I was like, I don't know, man. Maybe that shit had an effect on you in a certain way. Maybe it didn't, you know. But I asked her, why is it that you pathologize yourself? Why is it that all the ways you describe who you are coming from a place of insufficiency or lack? Why is it always a problem that you are the way you are? You want to make pictures? Cool. Really into avocados? Cool. You can't focus on one task. Why does that matter, man? What is this, like, idea of normality? Where does that come from? She felt like she was in a cage. What did I say in verse 6? Book 1, chapter 3. One must free himself. One can never be freed by another. If she didn't stop to talk to me, but she said the conversation was enlightening. She says no thank you, right? Maybe she doesn't feel like that. But again, even that was her choice. I'll talk to him 2 hours later. This was enlightening. You enlightened yourself. You enlightened yourself. One must free himself, Chad. We all have the power to. It's within us all, Chad. Yo, what the fuck is that noise? R.I.P.
Howdy.